All right, so today what I'm going to be doing is removing this rear bumper off of this 1987 Jaguar xj6. It's going to be a real simple video, not long. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it. It's basically just nuts and bolts that you're going to have to remove in order to get this rear bumper off. What I'm going to do is try and make it as simple as possible, something short, so that way you kind of get an idea of it. This is going to be my choice of tools. Basically, you're going to need an 11 millimeter socket, 10 millimeter, and a 19 millimeter. 19 millimeter is going to be for the bolts that hold the shock in, so you're going to need that just for those two bolts. 10 millimeter and 11 millimeter is going to be for the rest of the nuts and bolts that's on there. This is actually going to be the 9/16 is actually going to be for the two brackets are on each side, which there's 4 in all, but these are going to be for the bracket nuts. Now, however, considering this is 1987 and the year of the car, sometimes those bolts and nuts are going to differ. But right now, this is my set of tools that's going to help me get the job done and taking this off. So let's get started. Okay, so starting off, this is on the passenger side of the bumper. These two screws right here is holding the bracket on, which is attaching the bumper to the actual car itself. You need to loosen up those. Those are screws, actual screws that need to come out, and it'll keep the bumper intact on this side. The next two or 3, you need to unscrew this one, which you'll be using a 9/16 for, to remove this bracket. You need to take these two off, but these two will come off after you remove the actual outside of the bumper piece. There's also going to be this one right here and another one. Let's see if I can get up in there. It's actually going to be 2 of them. See here. So you got one, and there's another nut right here. These don't have to come off. You just actually loosen those up, and that way you'll be able to move this outer piece of this the back rear side of the bumper. The driver's side is going to be the same scenario. You're basically just going to be taking the same old nuts and bolts off. So let's go ahead and get this passenger side removed. Okay, so once that's off, this is what the car should look like. And then now I'm going to show you that one bracket that was still on the inside of there, that I said you're gonna have to wait to take those two nuts off, because there are screws actually on the top that you'll need to take that off, which these are 10 millimeter. So I will get my actually 11 millimeter. We'll take those off, get this squared away, and this bracket I'm actually gonna put it with the bumper, side bumper piece that came off, and that's what that looks like. And like I said, basically it's the same way for the driver's side. Same thing. These are the 2 bolts that came out of the side right here that mounts the car. Of course, you can see I'm going to be getting some body work and getting this car painted, do some different things to it. But for right now, like I said, main factor and main thing I'm trying to do is remove this bumper. So let's go ahead and continue. Okay, so now once we're done with that, as you can see, that's the side piece is removed. Now we're going to be going back here. We're going to be removing this bolt, which goes to the rear bumper shock. There is another 2 brackets. One is right here. Basically, we just loosen these up. There's no need to actually just remove them. There's another one on the driver's side, right along where those other 2 were. That was the same spot on the passenger side. So you just loosen those up once you're removing that driver's side, and that bumper should slide on off along with the other bolts and nuts that's removed. So let's go ahead and start disassembling this the mid piece of this this rear bumper. All right, so once the two sides are removed, this is what this should look like. Now you just have the mid part of the rear bumper on there like that. Both the side pieces have been removed. I gotta take this bracket off, remove that bracket. Not a big deal. But now, what I'll show you how to do on part 2 of this bumper removal is how you're gonna start off to remove these bumper shocks in order to get this rear bumper off. Okay, so part 2 of removing this rear bumper off of this 1987 Jaguar xj6. As you can see right here, this is the shock, bumper shock right here. There's a nut and a bushing, which pretty much I've removed right here. There's a screw that comes out. Get up here. The top part of this bumper, which is right here, pretty much get something, tap it through. You may need some WD-40 to get that up and through. And pretty much it's the same for the driver's side. It's on the passenger side. And let's go ahead and finish getting this taken off. So as you can see, after removing those the nut and the screw from the shocks and the bumper, a little tapping the screw out once you remove the nut, and as you can see, the bumper is completely off. Next video, guys, will show you how to remove these shocks, the bumper rear shocks, and get those out and replace them if you have to. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for your time, and hit that subscribe button.